Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Astrology, the astrology of I Am, and our third installment of Venus Friday, When Love Speaks. We had a great episode last week where we spoke with Twin Souls poets. They inspired us. They taught us a lot about what it means when you have a partner, and especially a partner who it may appear on the outside, especially from other people's perspectives, that that relationship isn't what you know it is in your heart. But these beautiful people came together despite cultural differences and are demonstrating that love is the greatest force and the greatest power of all. And it's beyond cultural category. So thank you again to Twin Souls poets, Ingrid and Hamilton, for sharing with us last week. And we also want to let you know that if you have questions that you would like us to answer about love or anything about relationship, we're happy to do that. This Friday segment is going to be all about love, when love speaks, literally. So if you want to reach out to us and send us your questions, you can go to our website, astrologicastrology.com. Go to the Contact Us page and just leave a message and title it When Love Speaks. Venus Fridays When Love Speaks. And we will use your question. We will. So with that, today's question comes from a woman named Allen. It's an interesting spelling. It may seem like Allen is a male's name, but this woman has made it clear she is a woman and her name is Allen. And so her question is, how do you tell your partner that your feelings about your relationship has changed? How do you tell your partner that your feelings about your relationship have changed? So, Alan, this is a challenging issue, right? And so we don't want to just be very general. We want to be as specific as possible. So when I look at your chart, I see that you have Venus in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a very passionate sign. Scorpio is also a demanding sign. So Venus in Scorpio means literally that you demand a lot from anyone who you are involved with in a close relationship. Not just your lovers, anybody. You demand a certain amount of passion and commitment and energy and focus. So you have to understand, first of all, that not everyone is capable of meeting you at that level of involvement. That level of intensity is not easy. And many people find it difficult to go to that level of intensity that you naturally go to as a Venus and Scorpio person. Venus and Scorpio is someone who needs to feel passion, needs to feel intensity, needs to feel that they're loving with all that they have. And so that can sometimes be a lot to ask. You may have a more cerebral partner. You may have a more practical partner. You may have a partner who wants to be out and about and active and doing other things than satisfying your needs in the intense way that you, as a Venus and Scorpio person, are going to instinctively want your needs to be met. So I'm saying all this to say, you could perhaps take time to breathe deeply and meditate about the things that you feel that you want, because there may be some middle ground that you can find. There may be a place where you can allow your partner to be who they are without you feeling like when they're doing something different from what matters to you, that they're somehow not being responsive to you. And this brings up another point that I want you to be aware of. Venus in Scorpio by itself indicates that your love relationships will, not might, will go through periods of upheaval, periods where you have to sort of, I don't want to say suffer, but you will have to go through periods where your relationships, your close love relationships, challenge you at a very deep level. Venus in Scorpio is about relationships that force you to grow, relationship issues that force you to grow. So the very thing that you are concerned about, whether or not your partner is meeting your needs, is the very thing that is forcing you to have to examine yourself. And I just want you to be careful when you ask this question about how do I tell my partner that things have changed? Because for you, relationships and the feelings that you have are always changing. They're always evolving. They're always forcing you to go to a deeper level. And it may be okay if you learn to live with that and maybe channel your energy in a different way. Maybe you go out and you do some sort of documentary film work. Maybe you go out and become involved in spirituality. Maybe you become a shaman. Maybe you go out and teach meditation. Maybe you get involved in groups that have like-minded interests, because as I look at your chart, Venus is in the 11th house. So you need to be around people who are as passionate as you on a regular basis. And you also have Venus in aspect to Jupiter, which means you're very socially oriented. You have a desire to be connected to large groups and to groups that are doing spiritual and humanitarian things. So there's a lot of outlets for you if you will just seek them out and not seek them out solely through your partner. You do not have to allow the feeling that things are changing to mean that the relationship is dying. Having said that, let's be clear though that Venus in Scorpio does represent a relationship energy where change occurs such that things do end regularly or cyclically. You do reach endings in your relationship, right? But endings does not have to mean death. It just means something has to transform. So there may be something in your relationship that does need to change. There may be something in your relationship that does need to be over. But does that mean the whole relationship has to be over with? Does that mean that your feelings won't come back in another form? Does that mean that you won't find something else that you can appreciate about your partner? Or does that mean that you might find something inside of yourself that you can reorient so that your relationship can find its way to another place of satisfaction for you? These are all important questions because, as I say, Venus in Scorpio is a demanding energy. And you have to understand that about yourself. So changes that come about inside of yourself do not necessarily mean that the relationship itself is ready to be over with or ready to end. It may mean that you just have to search deeper inside of yourself for the answers that you're looking for how to be satisfied. I don't mean to be slanting towards keeping you in a situation that is unfulfilling. If it's truly unfulfilling, I'm only pointing out to you that your particular relationship energy is one where you will always be going through changes of a deep nature, of a deep level, with whoever you're with. You are always going to be going through inner turmoil and the desire for growth and the the desire for things to change. So specifically, the answer to your question is tell your partner as honestly as you can what you feel, while at the same time making sure that you do not blame them and that you make room for the possibility that this change is something that can move you and your partner to another level of relating to each other. Make sure that you do not blame. Make sure that you understand that it may be you who is changing in a lot of ways, and it doesn't mean that the partner is failing or not doing what the partner is not doing what the partner naturally, instinctively does, because the partner has his own energy. And so if you're cognizant of that, astrology, the greatest value of astrology is you get to see that you are unique and so are the people close to you. So accept that some of this may be about your own internal self-examination. And then after you've looked at it deeply, you may decide that yes, you do want to make a change or you do want to do something different. But let it be something grounded on deep introspection as opposed to just a sense of, well, things are changing, that must mean something is wrong. You are always going to be a person who's changing in your relationships. Be as honest as you can without blaming. And always come from a place of love. I hope that helps. Thank you for your question, and I look forward to your success in your relationship. Thank you very much. Thank you all for listening to this, and we are going to be dealing with all things love, all things relationship, every Friday, Venus Fridays, when love speaks. As always, we wish you love and peace, and we say goodbye with the Sanskrit word, namaste. The spirit in me recognizes and honors the spirit in you.